going to make a video on how to make your own chicken pot pie. It's really easy, and my husband and I enjoy it. And I had never made it for him, but one day he was saying, "Oh my gosh, one of the things my grandma used to make." So I said, "Okay, well, let me try it." I don't make my own pie crust. I do totally cheat there, but let me tell you how I do this. I have my wax paper out, and I'm going to put just a little bit of flour on here so it doesn't stick. And then I have my dough. I actually threw my dough into the oven for a little bit to get it so it wasn't so cold. I had just taken it out of the refrigerator. So it's not always a good idea to do that, but I want to get this done before he comes home from work. So pull it apart, and this dough is it's a pie crust, and actually it's a store-bought, store-brand pie crust, and I've used it before. It really works well. This is what I used the last time. And I forgot to grab my ingredients over in the other area. Okay, so pie crust is pretty easy when you buy it from the store like that. I can't make my own pie crust. I've tried and tried and tried. Just doesn't work for me. So I'm doing it this way. I'm going to put a little bit of flour onto my roller. This is a really good wooden roller too. And then you just roll out your dough to the size pan that you have. I'm going to have to move my dough over a little bit. There, see how easy that picks up too? Not bad at all. Oof. Okay, and I am using this here. It's a Pampered Chef pie pan. Works great. So that's what I'm rolling mine out to be. If you have a smaller one, you can make a smaller pie. I was actually thinking about making a smaller pie, making two of them, but I decided not to because we will eat this pretty well. And it is good. The soup that I have is very easy. I cooked up 2 chicken breasts, and then I cut chicken breasts into bite-sized pieces. You want your pieces big enough that when you bite into it, you can really tell that there's yummy chicken in there. So that's what I did. Let's see. That is going to be good enough. Okay. There. Okay. Now, you don't want to get rid of your paper because you can have a top. I'm going to put a top on mine. There. And then you just work your crust around. It'll fall into place. And if it breaks open like that, not a big deal. Just smash it down. It's going to cook, so it's not a big deal. And I always put holes in the bottom with a fork. Just kind of stab your fork in there, just so the crust breathes. That's what I was told years ago, so that's what I do. Okay, now, you push it down. I am going to have a top crust, so I want some of this crust to be on the lip of my pie pan, so that when I put the other crust on here, it'll smash down. Now, what I have here is, I have my crock pot. I have a tiny little crock pot, which I love. It's this here, just a wonderful little crock pot, and it fit the soup in there. Actually had a little leftovers, a little extra. I couldn't fit it all in there. What I did, like I said, I cooked up the chicken breast, cut it up, and then in a pan I had 1 container, 16 ounces of chicken broth, and then I added the chicken to it, and I added 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and that's it. That's the gravy of this. I chopped up 2 potatoes and I have 1 can of green beans and 1 can of corn in there. And then I added salt, pepper, garlic powder. We love garlic powder. And parsley. I still have some of my home fresh parsley from the garden, so I added that in there. Tasted really, really good. But I think I need to add a little bit more parsley. And I don't measure, and I probably should, and I'll get better at that measuring thing. Here's some pepper. I was going to take off, yeah, I think I will take off the top. Add some pepper, and the onions is going to give it a good flavor too. I had forgotten to add that to the soup the other day. Garlic powder. There we go. I'm going to add that. Spice it up a little bit. Mix it around again. My oven is already on. I've heated it to 350. Now, there's a lot of soup in here, so I don't know if I'm going to end up putting it all into my crust or not. Let me move my flour out of the way there. There, just whack it right in. There. I'll fill it up pretty good. I think that's good. I don't want to overfill it. Then I need to wash my hands, get my pie out of the way, and I'm going to do the other crust. So, this here. I'm going to rub this. Made a little bit of a mess with my flour, but also my chicken. It's good to have a little bit of water on your counter so that when you put your wax paper down, it sticks. And I didn't have enough flour on there, enough water on there to really make this stick. So let's see. There, it sticks better now. And then I have my other pie crust. I'm going to drop it. I have a little piece from the other one. Drop it down, and see, now it ripped a little. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. And look, I forgot to put the flour on. There. That's just going to help it so it doesn't stick to the paper. You don't want it to stick to your paper. Let's see. I had this in the refrigerator for a few days. There. And you're going to roll this out so it doesn't matter. You know exactly what it looks like. It's going to end up looking fine. And everybody's going to eat it, so it doesn't matter. It'll taste delicious. Okay, there we go. Okay, see, it's kind of crummy over here, but watch. Just pat it down. Those of you who make your own pie crust, good for you. I've tried it, and it's really difficult. I gave up. See, I have a hole in the middle there too, but that's okay because I'm going to end up making holes for the pie crust to breathe on the top. Pie crusts are good for everything. You can make tiny little pies with this. I have apples in the refrigerator, and I was actually going to use this for making tiny apple pies as well as my my meat pie, but I decided not to. See how that works? This is a really easy recipe. If you have never made your own pie, it's definitely worth trying. I know a lot of people think that it's hard, or there's a lot of young kids out there who are eating on the fly. This is really easy. To make the soup, it probably took me maybe half an hour to throw everything together. It took the most to cook the chicken. The chicken was a really good 2 pieces of chicken breast, so it took about 45 minutes. Throw everything together. Once the chicken's done, you cut it up, throw it in. It's perfect. It came out really good too. It's yummy. I'm going to take off the excess off the side here. And I was also tempted to put this into my Griswold pan. Oh, they didn't. I think I might do that next time because I love my Griswolds. And then what you want to do with your pie crust is kind of squeeze the sides together, and that'll help it stay together. Okay, I can't, it's so thin. Just squeeze it together. And sometimes you can put water in between it or a little bit of butter. I'm not going to do any of that. I made this probably about 2 months ago, around Christmas time, and I didn't use any water, and the pie crust really stuck well together. So, and with that extra, I'm going to make a little cinnamon roll. That's what I used to do when I was a kid too. Make little cinnamon rolls. Okay, now see the hole in the middle of my pie? Whoops, that's okay because I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to make just little crevices in there, and it'll make it a little bit of a prettiness, plus the pie can breathe a little. This is actually coming out to look like a face. Simple and easy. I'm going to bake this at 350 for, again, about 45 minutes to an hour. The meat's already been cooked, so you don't have to worry about that. When you're cooking your pie, you want the pie crust to be nice and brown. That's when your pie is done. And you'll know that the bottom is done as well when your top is done. Okay? I'm going to put this in the oven, and then I got to clean up my mess right here. Oh my, that's heavy. There. Now, with this here, like I said, I'm going to make a cinnamon roll. Yum. It'll be tiny. Make like a medium-sized one for my husband and I for breakfast tomorrow. Well, that's it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I do have other cooking videos. I have some videos on lawn boys. I have cat videos. I have a little bit of everything. If you're interested in gardening, I also have those videos. Check out my latest gardening videos. I have little Cheyenne helping me out, and that was a great video, and I enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.